Hi everyone, welcome to the JG Show. My boy Rich here is going to be talking to you about detox, a 14-day water-only detox, and coaching the Thai national extreme sports team. Let's do it.
And then we got our other contender, John Graham.
John Graham Popper, an Australian businessman based in Shenzhen.
Nervous? I'm not nervous. I wouldn't say nervous. Hold out your hands. Let me see how steady they are.
欢迎来到 JG 秀 Welcome to the JG Show.
Action, we are live.
Hello.
Hello everyone, welcome to the JG Show. I've got a special guest. We've got lots to talk about. You know what, Rich? I'm just going to let you take it away. You go ahead and start. And how did you come to China?
Okay, no pressure.
My big boy Rich here. He's got lots of knowledge bombs.
My name's Rich. I'm from Canada, and I've come to China many times, I guess. The first time I came to China was with school. I was doing an MBA program in Canada.
Okay.
In international business, and we came and toured businesses and government and everything in China. So that was my introduction.
Is that Shenzhen? It was all in Shenzhen?
That was Shanghai and Beijing.
Okay.
And then my first time in Shenzhen, I have a Canadian friend who lives here. Mm-hmm. And another friend, well, him and I and some other friends, we were all in Shanghai for the X Games.
Okay.
Asian X Games.
Okay. Do you ride or something? What's the...
Yeah, so I was riding inline skates. Mm-hmm. I'm a professional inline skater.
Really?
As silly as that is, yeah. I am. So
it is a thing.
We were at the X Games, and so it's a skating contest, and then he said, oh, you should come to Shenzhen, there's really good spots here, because it's, a booming city, all new. So we came here to skate, and it rained every day for 2 weeks.
Okay. So that was out. That's when
that was that. I went home, and I promised to come back, and thought, I would like to live here, do my skating, work towards starting some business stuff, and just get more work experience in kind of the Jetsons, Shenzhen, the future.
This tech city. This is. So what do you think? What do you think of Shanghai and Beijing compared to Shenzhen?
I prefer here.
Why? Why would you? I mean,
all of them.
This is more concrete. This is more of a tech. I mean, people even say soulless.
Yeah.
This city, Shanghai's got a bit of a cultural vibe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists there, a lot of fashion, design.
I like, first of all, the weather here better.
Yeah, look at this.
Warmer, palm trees, all that.
Yeah.
The air quality. A bit dirtier up there. And I just like that it's new here and futuristic, and I like being near Hong Kong. I like being able to pick and choose, go back and forth.
Jet over to Hong Kong when there is no pandemic.
Yeah. Right now we're stuck here, but it's nice to be next to Hong Kong. And I guess that's really it. I just like it.
Yeah. So you kind of think for quite a while then you'll be staying here. You've got to.
I don't know. I hope so. But I find in the past when I make plans, things always change. So I'm trying to just not really
make a
solid plan, just go with it.
Just see what happens. Yeah, that's funny. Whenever you make a plan, it always messes up. So you might as well just not make the plan and just see whatever happens. At the end, you're going to end up in the same position, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of tired of telling family, friends, whatever, or myself what I'm planning to do and then having it all change.
Having it all mess up. Okay, yeah. There's one thing a very specific topic I want to talk about, because when we met, we were with Diego. We were shooting that video for Tracy's dog, and you mentioned that you did a water fast. And this is something I'm really intrigued about in detoxes and fasts and everything. And as the world is becoming more polluted, not just in the air, but also in the food quality.
Yeah.
Fasting, detox, these are things that I want to talk more about this, maybe just for my own learning even. And of course, if anyone's listening, anyone's watching, this is something that, I feel like in the future will be, it'll be a big topic. People will be very much encouraged by doctors, by nutritionists, by trainers. I think it's going to be like almost a necessity, right?
So.
For inside health, right?
Yeah.
So I want, if you can, give me a detailed account of the water fast diet that you did, and not only what resulted, but what you're going to do now. Do you do more fasting like this? Do you do the same one? And then, of course, disclaimers are again, like you were saying earlier. throwing out a full disclaimer. I mean, this is just your experience. But what sort of advice would you have for other people? For detoxes. What detox is like a good one to start? We're talking like what, how much time? What do you do when you get hunger pangs? All of this, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Give us the DL, bro. Give us
okay.
Get down and deep.
So I agree. I think it would be more of a thing in the future. But it's interesting because it was more of a thing in the past, and that's how I found out about it. I was reading like old yoga books and stuff, and it used to be something that was well known. It's like mentioning ancient texts and religious texts and everything. So I think it was something we used to know and used to do frequently, and it's been kind of lost more recently. But yeah, I hope it will be more popular in the future, and I see it becoming more popular already online.
It is.
YouTube
It is happening.
Like yeah. So I found it, or sort of came to this through just like a lot of online research, reading. With my skating work, I had like a lot of free time, so I was reading a lot.
That's good. Yeah.
And I was traveling a lot, which led to more reading and everything, airport time, trains, whatever. So somehow or another, I just started experimenting more with my health, with nutrition, with everything. And I came upon it through various books and just thought like, this is something I would like to do, to try. It makes sense to me. So I tried it out. I tried for a couple days at first, and eventually the real start was I did a 7-day water fast.
7 days.
I would call that like the first real one.
So before that, you did like, let's say, a day or two.
1 or 2 days.
Okay.
One time I had a banana. I only ate bananas for a few days, like a week or something.
Okay.
Just different things. Also, it's like a type of fast. If you only eat the same food, you kind of give your digestive system a bit of a break or something.
Yeah, that's right.
And your digestive system, from my research, is what takes up most of your energy. It creates your energy by the food you're digesting, but it also uses the most energy. So if you let it relax a little bit, you have more energy to put to other things, healing or whatever it is that.
But when you're exploring the idea of doing a fast, did you feel like your gut was sick? Did you feel like?
No, I just was curious about everything. I would just try different things, like not eating meat for a while or trying different changes in diet. I was just kind of like experimenting.
Just more experimenting.
With my own life.
Okay, but you didn't feel like you needed to fix anything in particular?
No, not so much. It just
with
curious.
me, I think like my digestive system, as I'm getting older, I really feel like there's something getting more and more wrong with it. Like when we were talking before about it, how mixing foods, there are some combinations that just ruin me for the entire day.
Yeah.
Like I get stomach pains, I can't sleep, I'm burping, I feel like I'm gonna vomit, I can't drink anything because it just keeps coming up. Like I don't know what it is, and before this was never an issue. I would say a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, it wasn't an issue, but now it's sort of become a problem. To the point now where I'm like, I think the only thing I need to do is probably hit the reset button on everything, right?
I think that's what this does.
I
mean, I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice. Consult your own doctor. But yeah, I think it resets you a little bit. And we're not getting younger, right? So definitely your ability to heal or fix things or digest is not getting better, right?
Yeah, it's not getting any easier.
So, and I think in those cases where you're feeling kind of sick or bloated or different things, like your digestive system is working very hard. It's taking a lot of your energy at that moment.
Yes, yeah.
So maybe your last workout doesn't get as much energy to heal your muscles, or all the different things that your energy is finite and it's being divided up where it needs to go.
Okay. That makes sense.
So if the most energy intensive part of your system is fighting whatever you ate that it doesn't like,
then you're suffering.
That's what it's doing, right?
And focus on that. With work or with, like you said, with workouts or anything like that. That's all suffering because the majority of your energy is going to work.
That's what I believe. That's what I've read and what I kind of believe. But
so with the 7-day diet, you're saying So you said, okay, I'm going to go 7 days, and I'm not going to drink anything except for water.
Yeah. So I did a lot of reading. I always read and research a lot. I read both sides, like the pros or the cons, the people that think it's stupid or bad for you, the people advocating for it. Just kind of really consumed as much as I could and came to my own, my own judgment on what I thought of it all.
Okay.
And originally I wanted to pass 3 days because on the third day you enter ketosis, where your body stops expecting food essentially, and your digestive system kind of shuts down. Okay. It stops waiting for food, which means you're not hungry anymore.
Okay, but this is
that's what I wanted to get to.
But that's an okay thing, right?
Apparently, there's scientific argument on both sides.
On both sides, I see.
As with everything else. So
I see.
I was confident, and I read a lot of first-hand experiences of blogs and stuff. Not just, I read all kinds of stuff like old yoga books, religious books, scientific studies, both sides, a bit of everything. And then I read just regular random people online documenting their experience. And in the end, I felt like, okay, I know what I'm getting into. I'm going to do this. And I had bananas for like a week, and then I was in Thailand with one of my friends, and then started the water fast, no food.
So you were in Thailand?
By the third day, I was just really feeling crap, and I stopped. I just gave up.
Okay.
I didn't know how long I was going to go. I just wanted to get to day 3. And day 2.5 or something, I was laying on the bleachers at this event that we were at, just feeling
exhausted.
Good. So I gave up on it.
Okay.
And then I came back to it about a year later, and just did it.
Okay, so you passed 3 days and just went right for 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So what on that third day, when previously you felt like you didn't feel good, was there a change? Did you just kind of like mentally go through it, or you just sleep through it, or?
I think I was more prepared. The first time it was just kind of in the middle of my normal life, but the second time I was coaching the Thai extreme sports team.
This is something we got to talk about. Stay tuned, everyone. This is coming.
Into this.
Yeah, we got to get into this.
But that's what it started with. So I was there for 4 or 5 months or something, and we were on a routine, working out and training every day. Mm-hmm. And we had like a routine schedule, everything.
Okay.
So my diet was on point, my daily exercise, I was sweating 3 or 4 times a day, working out and skating. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I was in optimal shape, and I had most of the junk and whatever that will make you not feel so good, it was already burnt out of me.
Okay.
When I started the fast.
So there's the exercise, this element though, was that in the previous time when you started?
Just my regular skating, and when I wouldn't be working out, or I wasn't waking up at 6 in the morning to run laps. So actually the workout helped you in the second time? Because when you're sweating, your skin is like an organ of elimination or whatever, right? Whatever, you lose things out your skin and you absorb them in your skin. So when you're sweating all the time, things are leaving your body that shouldn't be there, right? Oh, okay. So whatever it is that you've been consuming that isn't really good for you, it's going out in different ways. You're burning it, it's sweating out. So I think the daily sweat helped a lot. And I mean, everything about exercise, your heart rate and everything else. What kind of exercise would you be doing? Losing fat. We woke up every day and we would run laps. We'd do just general, easy things to do without props, like push-ups, sit-ups, planks, swimming in the pool. We just had a little pool in the hotel, but we set up a program to just laps. So lots of cardio. Yeah. Cardio. Yeah. Okay. And then we were skating. So we'd wake up in the morning, go and do the running, the laps and the push-ups and all that, and then we would basically have like a little morning break, breakfast and a break. Okay. And then in the afternoon, usually later afternoon, so it's a little cooler, we would skate until dark. Okay, so just a lot of cardio output. And then were the athletes that you were training, were they eating? They were eating though, right? Yeah. So you were I was the only one who fasted. Wow. Yeah. It was just my... Did you measure the performance of yourself versus them on some things? Did you give some sort of... Did you notice that? You're like, I'm better at this, or this they're better at, or... It wasn't my job to measure myself, so I was measuring them, but I measured myself, I guess, not formally, but just through my own experience. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I improved more than the guys. On the cardio output. I think on everything. That's the thing about this whole thing. So my first day back to working out and skating. So I skated and worked out the first 3 days, I think, when I was beginning the water fast. and then I just kind of got weaker, and it was time to not be so active. I sat it out for, I don't know, for the rest of that week, and then probably about 1 week more while I sort of started refeeding, and then I came back to, I was always working out with the team and skating with the team.
Okay.
So I wasn't really on the sidelines with a clipboard. So my first day back to working out and skating with the guys, I was just like far better than ever before. The first few laps, the laps were the first thing. Running in the morning was the first thing I did.
Okay.
And I was nervous that I was going to be a little weaker, right? But yeah, I ran twice as many laps as normal. I think we ran about 10 laps a day, so 2.5K about.
Would you like, I mean, it sounds like a bit of a silly question, but would you attribute that to sort of a mental fortitude that you had?
I don't
know. Or were
know.
you actually just like in a complete state? You weren't like aggressive.
That's a good question.
You were sort of stable. I'm kind of seeing if there's a mental variable in there.
I think there is. I had more energy, and I obviously had the power or the strength because I did it. I ran twice as many laps, and then I did all the regular workout with everyone, and then I skated the best of my life at that time.
Wow.
Which was the key to me, like, because that's a combination of mental, physical, a bit of everything.
That's right.
But I'm sure that the mental thing is part of it, because fasting is kind of like really self-discipline on steroids, right? Like if you can control your hunger or fight it, or if you can get through those first few days, on the third to fourth day you don't have hunger, so self-control is not an issue now, right? It's not like you're like, oh, I need food. But yeah, if you can fight that, I mean, that's some type of practice in controlling yourself.
That's right.
Mentally. So I'm sure that was part of it. Just determination had been exercised. But I think it was a bit of everything. Energy. I don't know. I don't think you really lose muscle. There's debates about it all over, but I think your body knows what it's doing, it's burning things that you don't need. Yeah,
and in a sense it's kind of like adapting, right?
It's adapting.
It's adapting. It's not going to let you wither away and die. It's going to still keep you alive.
Exactly. It's survival. Like if you're not eating, if you need food and it's in nature and everything, the last thing you want to be doing is hurting your ability to survive. You need your survival ability to be in top shape.
That's right.
Because you need to eat.
That's right.
Right? So I think it actually strengthens everything. Like, for example, your awareness goes way up, your clarity goes way up, your focus goes up. I sleep better, I have more energy. There's a few days where you don't feel so great, depending how you go into it. But I think it's like, it happens in nature all the time. Animals don't eat every day. Things happen.
Yeah, it's not too uncommon, right?
And I think a lot of animals, when they're sick or injured, they just sit down and rest, right? There's enough in you to burn, to give you energy, that you don't need to have a hamburger today. You can just sit it out and burn something that shouldn't be in you. Use that energy to fix, your broken leg or whatever you're dealing with.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think this is sort of the information that's coming out now that actually people are starting to take heed to, whereas before you would have, information from, a community of people that are very large, and they're like, save your muscles. You're going to wither away, get your protein in, get your protein. And this kind of like has been kind of proved, and that's not actually that way, right?
Yeah.
You get vegans now that are these massive
Some are, world champions.
Yeah.
A lot of vegan world champions.
Yeah, so I think it's a lot of it's based on obviously genetics. It's based on, your experience, like I said, about your mental fortitude, how you focus and things like that. Some people that aren't very focused, they don't have much control over their body does.
It's going to be tough. And I'm not saying that I have such great control, and I think part of this whole exercise for me was about developing a bit more discipline.
Bit more control.
That's something that I need more of.
So 7 days, was there a period in that time where let's say, did like hunger pangs like really hit in? Like
the first few days you'll be hungry.
First few days you're like, I just don't look at food kind of thing, or else you'll get hungry.
But what I did, and what is recommended by people who believe in this, is like you got to ease in and ease out. You can just stop your normal diet today right now and do it, but you're not gonna feel so good because like if you quit coffee instantly, a cold turkey, you're gonna have headaches in a few days or different things. So you got to kind of ease out of everything so that you're not having salt cravings, sugar cravings, all these things that you're used to. So especially in the Thai case, the first time I did the 1 week, I eased out of everything. So I was eating really healthy as part of the camp, but then ate less each day leading up to it for a week or two. Started being very clean, didn't even have coffee, just fruit and vegetables, and just kind of eased out. So,
Nice.
so you're already hungry every day, in my experience, when I start, because I'm already like calorie deficit every day before I even get there. I'm already losing weight and feeling hungry.
Okay.
So in one way, I'm already hungry before I start, but that allows those few days when it's only water to not be as jolting. But yeah, you'll feel hungry. And I just find something to do to stay busy. Because hunger will pass. You'll feel it, but if you ignore it, it's not going to stay all day like gnawing at you, right? It will go away and come back later.
Okay.
So I
you
just kind of like let it pass, be patient, and then maybe for breakfast I'm hungry, then I let it go, do something. In the evening I'm hungry. It could be hard to sleep depending on who you are.
Yeah, so it's a period of time, you would say, like it's a little period where you have to get through, and then you're back on again.
Yeah, and it passes, and then on like the third day, you just literally, it's a very bizarre feeling, but you have no hunger. So I was sitting with my Thai team, they're all eating Thai food, my favorite food, and I don't care. I'm just sitting there watching them.
When does
hungry.
that hit in? Is that like day four?
Three,
day three?
Day 4. For me, it's been about day 3 the last few times. I've done it about 5 or 6 times now.
Okay, so 5 or 6 times you've done a full 7-day water.
The last one was 14 days. End of May, start of June here in China.
Okay, so 14 days was the last
14
time.
days just water.
Just water.
Yeah.
Just water.
And doctors used to say you would die if you don't eat for 7 days, and it's just totally not true.
I've never heard of this.
Don't trust me. Ask your doctor and do what they say.
Yeah.
If this is something you feel like doing, don't do it without asking them. Get it done.
Yeah, and obviously the research that you did, right?
Don't listen to me or my research. This is
14
my opinion.
days.
So I did 14 days. I've wanted to do that for a while, but the last few times, including this Thai time, you also need to ease back to eating. So about a week or 2 on the way out where you eat lightly, slowly back to normal. So I didn't have time the first time to go longer, because once you're in it, you want to keep going. There's no, why stop, right? There's nothing bothering you really anymore, and you're healing. You feel so clear and so mentally sharp. It was like, this time it was like 11 days of pure meditation, 24/7 meditation. Like your brain is just like a crystal ball or something. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. If you're not speaking or listening, it's just clear. It's just, there's no chatter, there's no anxiety, there's nothing. It's just peace. So you don't really want to stop.
But is that from the meditation, or do you think that's from the diet, the detox?
I'm not meditating. That's just water fast. It's like,
You just,
I don't know.
But you're still going about your normal day.
Yeah. So the first few times, that time I skated the first few days, then I kind of just watched the guys skating. And a few times I did it at home, not doing much. You want to rest because you're kind of like flushing out, healing.
All right.
But last time, before this 14 days, I did a weekend. I went to work 9 to 6 every day.
Oh,
yeah. Everything was fine.
It was fine. I don't know if I could
There will be a few days where you don't feel great. So this time, day 4 and 5, I had some back pain and some headaches and just felt a little uneasy.
All right.
But that passed, and then I felt amazing. This was the easiest one so far. This 14 days was the best and easiest one.
Okay. So again, when did you do that? When was the last? When did that?
That ended 2 weeks ago or something.
2 weeks.
Ending
ago.
like the first week of June.
Okay.
So, now it's no.
But
So
then,
almost a month ago now. Jeez, time's flying.
Yeah. So you're on. Let's say you're on day 14. You haven't necessarily planned for 14?
I wanted 14 from the start. That was the
Okay.
goal.
You wanted 2 weeks.
I had the time and space to do this. 14 days is about a month worth of changing your lifestyle. 4 to 5 weeks worth.
Okay.
I had the time and space for
So
that
you
this
did
time.
specifically cut off at 14.
So my goal was 14.
Okay.
And around day 7, I almost gave in because I was just like, why don't I just quit this? 7's pretty good, Like
7
I did
still
it.
works.
And then I almost did it because you're not hungry, but you miss food, and it can be boring. You don't realize how much time and energy you put to sourcing, creating, and eating your food. It's hours a day,
What did you get done during that time?
I just worked a lot. Like just on my own stuff. I'm working on video stuff, and I just
Nice. Okay.
and
And you were just,
don't
like
know,
you said you
read a
felt
lot.
really clear.
super clear, yeah.
Wow.
You feel like so, I don't know how to explain it. You're very emotionally stable as well. You're just like,
calm. You don't want
Calm.
to burn unnecessary energy, which even means like you said, anxiety.
yeah.
That burns energy.
That
You
might be
don't-
part of it, is that
and
it's a
you're-
waste of your energy.
Yeah,
I
so-
don't know if it's that or that it's that you're clean.
Yeah.
You're not, because I believe that the foods we're eating, we're intaking, say, the emotions of an animal that are in its blood when it dies. I don't know, like, I don't know if that's scientific, but I kind of have this, it's my opinion that
It would
you
make
take
sense,
on all
though.
that kind of stuff, and the things you eat adjust or affect your moods.
Yeah, it would make sense though that if you're trying to conserve it, you're in survival mode.
does make sense.
Your brain won't let your body get stressed over things because it's like you can't
That's a
afford
waste
to.
of your energy,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. We're not
believe
eating.
that.
We're just drinking water. So just ignore that.
Yeah.
Don't let that stress you. Just pass it. Just pass it. Because I think that would be a mechanism in your body. It would switch on.
Also, with the survival side of it, like your senses increase a lot. I can smell food out the door anywhere. Like you can
You
smell
can smell
anything.
anything.
And so the first few days when you're really hungry, that's not good. But then later it's kind of like, wow. And your taste improves. So once you do finally eat, it's just delicious. Mm-hmm. And it kind of makes sense, like that. For survival reasons, if you're not eating, you need to eat as soon as possible, in a way. So the more alert you are, the more, if your mind is clear, if you're not stressing over something, you're ready to notice something near you that you could eat, in an animalistic sense.
Wow.
So I don't know.
So
Who
like-
knows? But it's a benefit for sure. You feel really good. A little bit weak. If you stand up too fast, you could feel faint,
Okay.
lower blood pressure.
So I guess final thoughts on this sort of a detox. You would say ease into it and ease out. Obviously, you got
Ease in,
to
ease
do your.
out.
But
You gotta
then
do a ton of research. You should ask your doctor, get their consent or whatever their recommendation.
And you like this water only diet. You like going for the only.
I believe that that's the most efficient way to improve your health. I don't know. I found that this has been the most efficient way to increase my health, like full circle, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual even.
Okay.
Clearer dreams, clearer thoughts, better focus. I feel stronger. I perform better after.
This is what actually everybody says. Nobody says, yeah, I came out of it and it gave me nothing. I wouldn't recommend it. Everyone's always like, well, I don't know why I didn't do this before.
One thing is, like, a lot of people do it to lose weight, which is basically not the right idea, because I think now I'm a couple kilos heavier than I was when I started, before I did it a month and a bit ago. So, because your metabolism slows down, you gain your weight right back really fast. So,
So don't do it for the
like,
next
everything you eat for the first few days at least, like, your body just juices every nutrient out of there. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's not really a weight loss thing. But what I've noticed now is, like, when I tried the first one years ago, there wasn't as much online about it. But now, there's like thousands of just random people vlogging their entire experience, doing the full, apparently you can go like 40 days or something.
Oh, okay.
If you go the full cycle, you get instinctual hunger at the end. So you haven't been hungry for 40 days and suddenly you are hungry.
Suddenly it kicks in.
That's what I heard. I
And that's
never
when your body has
experienced
burnt up all the
nothing
garbage in your body.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're clean, we're ready to get back to work. We're
it.
ready for more food.
The theory, a lot of people say that you burn through everything, through fat, scar, cancer, bacteria, like anything that shouldn't be in you is burned as energy until there's nothing
Even
left.
cancer, even disease.
Which I don't know.
That's wild.
Right? But I'm curious. So
Very curious.
But now there's literally random people, some fat guy in wherever in Europe or USA or wherever, doing like the 40 days and vlogging himself every day, selfieing. Hey, now it's day
Something I wanna
33. Yesterday
check
my
out.
back hurt. Last night I had a headache. Whatever. Today I feel great. So that's kind of cool because it just gives you another perspective. Like, we never used to have access to that kind of information.
Yeah.
You could have someone tell you, I believe in this, or here's a book, read that. But now you can literally like see doctors, experts, nobodies, people that have no idea, first timers, 10 timers, whatever. We have access to all of that. Then you can watch it all and make your own decision.
You can watch this YouTube
watch
channel.
this.
Listen to Rich's experience.
You can disbelieve me or believe or whatever.
Yeah, I want to get to our next topic. You said that you trained the Thai extreme, the national Thai extreme sport team.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
How did that start? That is a obviously you're in Thailand. This is also when you're doing the detox.
I spent a lot of time there. I had a really good friend there, another skater, one of the best in the world, and we've traveled a lot all over the world. Yeah, so in Canada they don't really support this. Maybe they will now with the Olympics, but Thailand's been doing this for a long time.
They've been supporting extreme sports,
action sports.
Action sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have a team, and they have a big Asian. It used to be called Asian something game. I don't know. It was called Asian Beach Games this one year. It was every few years. It's like the Olympics of weird sports in Asia.
Okay.
Including Australia. So they had a Thai team, and they would have a coach and everything. And they, my friend pitched that I should be the coach this year.
Okay.
And the manager agreed or whatever, so I was the coach.
That was it.
So that was it. So they hired me to be the coach. I mean, I was qualified to be the coach, essentially, I guess. Like, I'm qualified to teach. I used to teach business. I am one of the athletes in this industry, and you know, I have all the experience to be the coach, but it was still a pretty cool gig. So I got to go and live with two of my really good friends who are two of the best in the world at this inline skating, and another 8 or so of their teammates, and teammates from skateboarding and BMX and whatever. But I was the inline skating coach.
Okay.
And,
so there was other coaches there, but you specifically focused on the inline.
Yeah,
inlines.
And they wanted, it's a bit like China in this sense, they wanted a foreign coach, a bit for like prestige, or I don't know, it's something about like, and they can kind of sell it to the government, like, look, we hired an expert from Canada.
Oh, all right.
You know?
Okay.
So I got lucky, so there I am.
You would be in charge of their eating, their sleeping, everything, right?
They had already a plan from years and years, so they had it all sorted, but yeah, I was able to sort of create it however I want. So, for example, like the other guys weren't swimming. We didn't have a real training swimming pool. We just had like a little motel-style swimming pool.
All right.
But I just said like, hey guys, swimming is one of the best things. We could add an hour a day. We could all hang out in the swimming pool together and get a bit of a workout. Let's swim every second day, you know.
All right.
So like we just added our own little things, and not all the guys spoke great English, so I figured I should lead by example. So less than actually having, other than the daily running and push-ups and all that, calisthenics you call it? Or?
Yeah.
Other than that, the skating part of it, I just sessioned with them. We just let skate for a few hours.
All right.
Sometimes we'd play games or challenges, but it was more or less loosely like, let's have fun skating. That's how we're going to get better. We do it every day. So I just tried to get better at skating myself.
And what is that? Was it you're skating and doing like...
it's a skate park.
Just
ramps,
a skate park.
Obstacles.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
And they had a world-class skate park facilities.
Okay.
So, yeah, we just go mess around. It's kind of like shooting hoops or something, like we just jam.
All
That's
right.
actually what we all do for fun and how we all got into it. And I thought, that's how I got
But how does,
good at it.
inline skating is how I remember it. Is that where you go round and round really fast?
No, it's like roller shoes. It's shoes with wheels on them.
Okay.
In line, wheels in a line under. It's like ice skates, but wheels for the cement.
Oh, okay. All right.
And what we're doing, like the extreme side of it, is like skateboarding or something, like ramps and jumps and stunts.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Fun. That was, how many people were on the team? How many Thai?
I think it was 10 guys, maybe 11 on my team. And 2 of them are literally like as good as you can get at this. Like, it's not really fair that I'm coaching them. You know, it could be argued depending. It's like an art or something in a way as well. It's hard to say who's the best, or like fighting.
Yeah.
So they might say I'm better than them. I say they're better than me, but like I'm technically coaching at least my equals, maybe my betters.
I see.
You know, in my opinion, they're better than me. So
yeah. So you're just kind
that
of,
was pretty cool. Like
you're rallying them together and motivating them to.
And I just treated it like this is a great opportunity for me to essentially be paid to train and get better. And that's, in my opinion, my best strategy to motivate my team.
Okay.
Let me take this seriously, and I'll do what I think they should be doing. You know, I'm
they'll
going to work
copy
out hard. I'm going to skate hard.
Lead by example. Yeah.
So that's why I got the fast as well, because I was like, I'm going to do everything in this
Wow.
in this thing. I'm gonna try to just really
Take ownership.
take
Get
ownership.
it. So what were their diets like? Would they have like a special diet? Obviously they're Thai. They just would have their normal Thai food.
Yeah, they had. It was healthy food. It was like hotel catering, basically, but not quite focused on being a bit healthy. But I don't know, veggies, meats, fruit. Like here, they like to eat fruit after. I
see.
believe you should eat fruit first.
Okay.
So I would just try to give my little inputs and stuff, and they take it or leave it.
I see.
But they basically ate like Thai diet,
Thai diet.
rice, veggies, meats, soups.
And then up in the morning, out for the run.
Yeah, every morning, like 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning, they're doing their run. And then
there wasn't really any, like, they were kind of like, some of them would sneak out and party once in a while, but it was a pretty like clean, healthy lifestyle. Like we're all in this hotel together, we're all trying to do our best.
I see. And this is Bangkok City.
No, it was in Suphanburi. It's another town. It's kind of like a sports town. There's a bunch of facilities there.
Okay.
So yeah, they took all the guys to this town and they lived in a hotel for half the year just training.
Did they compete like during the time when you were with them? Did they?
Yeah, there were a few contests for all the sports. For example, the inline team, we all flew. Oh no, actually, this was all the teams. We flew to Korea at one point for a contest, and we flew to America for another contest.
Wow.
So there was some, yeah, like, and the government's paying for them all and me to go. We went to California for 2 or 3 weeks to train with Americans.
Wow.
It's pretty full on.
That really sounds like some fun, right?
Yeah, and then they won all their stuff. They're the best, so they won everything, and it's pretty cool all around. Yeah.
That's quite a cool experience.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a team here in China that
There was a
it?
Chinese team, yeah.
Okay, they'd be up in Beijing though. They wouldn't be down
Yeah,
south.
good question. Who was on that? And where? I think it's like in Thailand, it's people from everywhere, mostly Bangkok, but there were teams everywhere. There was a Hong Kong team, Japan. Yeah,
Wow,
but not every country. I think Thailand had the biggest budget and treats it.
So Thailand
more seriously.
it takes it more seriously. Oh, okay. That's
because,
kind of the.
like I say, like there was no back then. There's no such thing as this in Canada or USA or anything. It's
I
like,
see. Yeah. It's kind of just
Yeah.
Thailand's the
There was
one
a
country that
Malaysian
takes it
team.
very seriously.
Yeah, and I think there's a business guy there that kind of just got it all going. He spearheaded all of this
Wow,
decades ago.
that's really cool. That's something. So how long was that? How long was that the period for?
I think I went in July and it was over in November, December maybe.
So a good
I don't
decent couple
remember
months.
exactly. Yeah, it was like half the year.
That's good. Do you think you'd ever gonna
trips.
go back there?
I would love to. There hasn't been one since, but I heard there might be one in 2021.
Yeah.
So I will be trying to be the coach again for sure. I love that. Yeah.
Obviously, when this whole pandemic is over and training resumes, travel resumes, and all that, that'd be a good experience to get a first-hand taste. Because in this sort of thing, you're doing the inline part. Then there's other teams too doing different.
Yeah, they had inline, BMX, and skateboard in this. There were other teams and other sports. I don't know how many sports in the games. 50. There was volleyball, type beach volleyball, different things.
I see.
But my experience was with those 3 teams because we train on the same facilities.
I see. So skateboard and that.
Skateboard and BMX. And there was an American skateboard coach. And there was a Thai coach for each of the 3. But they didn't have an international BMX coach.
Okay.
So actually my star athlete was also the Thai assistant coach, I guess, or something. So he was kind of like, he probably gave more motivation to the team because they all understood him. Not everybody could speak English with me, so I was kind of like translating through those guys.
I see. Interesting when you say like skateboard coach. I've never heard of this idea.
To me as well. Yeah.
Everybody, and you're doing suicides or something with your skateboard or something. I guess that's Thailand. That's something that's special about the countries. They really take that seriously.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and they built like a foam. They built a landing for one of the ramps, like with foam and mattresses and stuff, so you could fall on your head and not get hurt.
Okay.
So that the guys could really try new things.
That's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. I
learned so much new stuff. I think I was probably most improved.
All right. Of the team.
Because they were already good at that, and I don't know, I had a different kind of specialty or whatever. So
that really sounds enjoyable, yeah?
Yeah, it was amazing.
That sounds fun.
Probably the best experience I've had so far.
Yeah, and imagine going back to it and actually getting really good at it and traveling all over the world for this BMX. the inline skate and then skateboard. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty dope.
BMX and skateboarding will be in the Olympics, or they're supposed to be in this year.
Okay, yeah, but we have to wait
So-
now for Japan. So then,
So the whole world, China will end up putting more money into it, training, facilities, everything. So it's,
yeah, if
might-
it goes
might
to
be
the
a thing.
Olympics, it'll money will come to it, right? The
So if
government.
it ever goes to the Olympics, I think I would be too old to be on the team, but I'm gonna fight hard to be the coach.
The coach, yeah,
Team
that's
Canada.
right. Yeah, that's
Or
right.
maybe
Go-
another country wants me. Maybe I'm Thai coach.
Go
whatever.
for the coach and see if even funding comes in China, and then you could say, "Hey, I coach the Thai team. Well, I'll coach you guys now."
Yeah.
Then if the Thai team are that good,
They're
they'll be like,
very good.
"Ooh, okay, we should."
Yeah, it looks good on my CV or whatever. You
Yeah.
know? To me, it was like a dream job, more of like the coolest opportunity. But
You have to send some photos.
Sounds legit.
Send all the photos you can, and I'll pop them in
Okay,
so people
yeah.
can see. All right, Rich, that was epic.
well,
All right, thanks everybody for listening. We're running out of time. My boy Rich here. We all got to go. Peace.
thanks.